Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Tuesday. Have you gotten used to Tuesday Facebook Lives yet? I know, it's only the second one in a row, so who am I kidding? Oh, how's your week going? Oh, it's right at this moment, it's cold and drizzly rainy and yeah, but you know what? I like it, so I know people think I'm crazy for that. Let's see if I can find my video here. Make sure if you're watching me, you say hello. I may not comment right away, but I will. Let's see, everything is a little bit, how come we're stopped here? Okay, there we go. Okay, so our January to April 2024 mini catalog and Sale-a-bration catalogs are live. Have you seen all the free stuff in here? Oh my gosh. I have to say they have done an excellent job this year. Oh, just adorable things and so pretty. And then of course, this catalog, you know, just when I say I'm going to hold off for a while, yeah, no, not likely. So, all right, if you haven't gotten your catalogs, check in with me and we'll make sure you get a set of these. I'll show you what we're going to be working on today. We are definitely going to be making an inky mess today. And I will tell you, we actually are creating a class of cards today. And if you shop at my online store and spend $35 or more, I will send you the kit packets for these 3 cards. It'll include a printed tutorial, step-by-step, along with the card bases and all of the accompanying pieces and envelopes. If you spend $50 or more today, I will include a pack of the 2023 to 2025 in color dots for free. But you have to use this host code. When we get all done, you'll be able to go to my blog and you'll find all the links to my online store. So this morning was Casing Tuesday. Well, it's still Casing Tuesday. This is the card that I shared for my take on this week's Casing Tuesday challenge. It's using the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper. And I used the Stippled Rose bundle from the mini catalog. And there's the inside. So I wanted to showcase this designer series paper a little more, and even the bundle, it's called Softly Sophisticated. Oops, Stippled Roses, that's not the right one. Hang on. That was the one I used for my Casing Tuesday. I don't know why I stuck that in there. But we're going to be using the Softly Sophisticated bundle. This is a bundle that you can get for free by placing a $100 order or more. And then this designer series paper you can get for free by placing a $50 order or more. And I have a scrapbook layout that I'm working on. I didn't get it finished today, but I will be showcasing it on Thursday on my blog post. Hi Stacy, how are you? Okay, so let's get started. We're actually using, I got to put this bundle down so I don't make a mess. I'm going to be using some Lost Lagoon for this card, and we're going to be using Pebbled Path and Lost Lagoon inks. The 3 ink pads that we're using for all 3 projects today are Lost Lagoon, Wild Wheat, and Pebbled Path. So let's get started. And I'm using every single stamp from this stamp set. Ah, bless her heart. Okay, so we'll start first by creating or taking care of the envelope, because you never want a naked envelope. And this card I actually decorated with a piece of that beautiful designer series paper. So this piece is cut at 2 1/4 by 6, and you're just going to add some adhesive all the way around your envelope. And I bet I'm going to run out of some adhesive here because I can see the red line in the cartridge. It's okay, I know where I can get more. Okay, there's the back side of that designer series paper. And I'm just going to lay this right on that piece, and we will trim it off. Just like so. I love using the designer series paper on an envelope flap. It not only ties your project all together, but when the recipient gets the envelope, it's kind of a surprise when they turn it over to open the envelope. Okay, there's our envelope. Okay, we'll put our scissors away for the moment. And we'll glue our designer series paper down on our card base, just like so. And we'll add some Stamp and Seal adhesive. And add that right here, just like so. Okay. So now I have a piece of Pebbled Path, and I believe it is 1 7/8 by 3 3/8. And we're going to stamp that flower, and I found that it was actually easier, because these are two-step stamps, that it was easier to stamp the flowers first and then the leaves. I know most people want to go the other way, but with the little bud with the flowers, it just seemed to make more sense to me. That's just the way my brain was working today. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the sentiment down at the bottom. Now I make sure that I have my flower kind of centered in that piece. Hi, Kathy. How are you? You're here, you're here, you're here. And I did not forget to send you your prize patrol. It's sitting here. It's going out in tomorrow's mail. It's just been kind of crazy around here. I just got through telling you that I stamped the flowers first. And what do? I grab the leaves. Okay. So, you can see by the leaves that you want your flowers to kind of fit there in the middle. So I'm just going to put these close to the top, like so. All right. And then the leaves, I'm going to, see this little V in that leaf? That's going to sit right on, whoops, on the bud. We'll stamp that in there just like that. Okay. We're going to add the little bow there. It'll hide my little oops. Okay. I'll add this to this little piece of Pebbled Path. And this one, maybe we should have stamped the leaves because that's a little bit off center, but remember, it's handmade, so it's not going to be perfect. And we'll add this to our piece of Pebbled Path right here. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals to it and add it to our card front. And if you purchase today or by Sunday at 5 o'clock, I will send you the tutorial with the card bases, and it'll have all the measurements to our card today. Okay, so we're gonna stick this right smack in the middle here. And then our bow, I did not tie a bow, but I have, I do have the twine here. This is actually the 2325 in color jute. It is a little bit thicker than twine. So when you go to attach them to your card bases, you're going to want to use at least 2 to 3 mini glue dots, kind of close together. Okay, so we'll just tie a quick little bow, just like that. Straighten out his little leg. There we go. And see how big a mess we can make today. All right. So I'm going to use some of the bigger mini glue dots that come in the paper pumpkin kit, which, by the way, today is the last day to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin to get the January kit that has those coordinating dies. It's the it coordinates with the perennial lavender bundle too. Okay, so we'll just stick that right there, and you'll never even see the little oops from my stamp. Okay, looks like a mustache. Let's pull him a little bit tighter. Okay, now we'll add some of those in color dots, and I'm going to use both the wild wheat and the pebbled path. How did I do that before? Okay, so I did. Let's put one here. And wild wheat was not one of my favorites. I will tell you that right now. That's why I keep working with it, trying to learn to love it. Probably by the time this in color goes out, I'll like it. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, so the inside, I have a 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch piece of basic white, and I got a 1/2 inch strip of the Designer Series paper. I'm going to add that right here at the bottom, and trim that off. That was a piece that was left over from when I cut the card bases. And we'll just stamp the sentiment right above. Let's see, which one did I put in here? Oops, wrong card. I really appreciate you, which I appreciate all of you. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're just going to stamp him at the bottom. I know not everybody likes that, but it's something different. It's not your same old, same old. Okay, close this up. And our first card will be done. Okay, make sure he's somewhat centered. There you go. And there's card 1. Not too slabby. Okay, we'll set him aside, and we'll move on to card number 2. Again, trying to make myself love the wild wheat. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're working on it. Trying to be all-inclusive. And rather than use the twine on this card, because there is so much wild wheat, I chose to use a piece of that Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. It ties pretty easily, but I already tied my bow, so there's that. Okay, so for this envelope, we're going to stamp that flower again. Okay, this time I am going to stamp the leaves first so that I can see where I'm at. Hi, Beth, how are you? The link on Facebook isn't working. Oh, sorry about that. You know me and technology. It's probably me, not Facebook. All right, so we're going to stamp the leaves first. And I'm just going to stamp them right here in the corner on the front of the envelope. Make sure it's right side up, Lori. Okay, there we go. And then I will stamp the flowers in Lost Lagoon. And again, we want to line up that little bud that you can see right there to that point there. And make sure I don't get my head in the shot. There we go. How's that? Not too bad. For freehanding. Okay, so, and I went ahead and pre-fussy cut this layer. This is, I should have shown you the card. So this is with that embossing folder that comes with the bundle. There's the inside. So, card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then this piece is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to lay this on here and make sure I have a 1/4 inch all the way around. And this one is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. It's already embossed. And you could lay down either side, whether you wanted it embossed or debossed. And that's just going to sit right there. Okay. Now, let's stamp the sentiment. We're going to stamp it in the wild wheat. And I'm just going to use that hello there. I like the font in this one too, by the way. Okay, so we're just going to stamp him all the way to the right so our flower piece will fit on there. We'll add more dimensionals to our label. Which stamp bundle am I using? It is the Softly Sophisticated. It's the one in the back of the Sale-a-bration catalog, and I'll show you again. It is right here. It comes with this stamp set and this embossing folder, and then it coordinates with the Softly Stippled designer series paper, and then like this morning's card I used the stippled rose, so it kind of all 3 or 4 of those go together. There, put that back down. We will add our little flowers. Where did they go? I got sidetracked. Oh, here they are. So since he's going to sit, let's clean up this mess. Anybody who's OCD is probably dying right now. I know I am. Okay, so since this is going to sit right here, I'm going to use a mini glue dot on the bottom, and because we have dimensionals under here to make sure everything is flush, I'm going to put a dimensional up at the top so that it secures it to the card and everything is copacetic. Now there's a word that'll show my age. Okay, we're going to set him right there. Then we're going to add a little mini glue dot to our flower. Okay. And our little bow. Whoops. We're going to put him at an angle so that our sentiment shows. Okay, so add some of the dots. I'll just put one up here. We'll put a big one up here. Oh, it's not going to fit up there, is that? We'll put him down here. Those little embossed layers are tinier than I expected. We'll put a little one there. So there's the front. And then the inside, we have a 3 3/4 inch by 5 piece of basic white. And we have a 1/2 inch by 5 inch piece of designer series paper. We're going to add him all the way to the left. And what did I use on the inside? I really do appreciate you. I'll just stamp him up at the top and then glue him to the inside. And our second card will be done. I saved the fun card for last. Okay. So, card number 2 is done. See? Isn't that pretty? You know, Lost Lagoon and the Wild Wheat go very well together, don't you think? I will love the color. I will love the color. I will love the color. If I keep telling myself, I will love the color. Okay, card number 3. This one we're going to bring out the glass mat and do a little bit of watercoloring, which, you know me, it's probably going to be quite the fun. So let me pull that over here and pray that I don't make a huge mess. All right, so we're bringing out the glass mat. This is the item that you can get for free when you place the starter kit order. You can purchase $125 worth of product, any product you want. What's this dog hair here? I lost my train of thought. $125 in product out of either of the catalogs, whether it's the mini catalog or the annual catalog or both. And then you choose this option. It's our glass mat with our silicone mat, and it comes with this. This is the same material as our chamois, only thinner, and I love it. It really cleans blocks well. So let me pull out my pieces here. Let's see, here we go, right here. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use my Wild Wheat re-inker, and I'm going to put a dot here in one of these little wells. Larry forgot I was going live. Surprise! And then I'm going to put a dot of Pool Party. Okay. And then I'm going to use one of the water painters. Note to self, when you go to open this, normally we would do lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. No, this is backwards. Righty-loosey. Took me forever to figure that one out. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to add some water. There we go. Just like so. And I want to pick up a little bit of that. And I'm just going to come over here, dab that off. And I want just, let me see if I'm in, I am. Okay, I just want a little wash. Just like so, okay? So I'm going to squeeze some more water to clean that out. Plus I brought a little cup of water with me too, just to make sure I got all of that out. Okay, now I'm going to come over here, since that big well's already taken. I'm going to add a couple dots of, well, let's just do this. I might have used all the water. There we go. I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to come over here and just do a wash of Pool Party. Okay? Now, it takes a little bit to dry. I'm going to put this down so I don't spill it. Or you could actually hit it with your heat gun. But in the magic of TV, I have one already done. So I'm just going to set this aside, and I want to show you, here it is right here. This cleans up just like so. And when I get done off camera, I will rinse that out, and it didn't stain at all yesterday. In fact, I've heard some demonstrators say they have put the paste on there and everything else and left it for a while, and it did not stain. So that's a plus. Hooray! Okay, let me set this aside. And like I said, I have one already done. See? And no two are going to be the same, which that's the fun part. Okay? The other thing I'm going to do on this that you didn't probably see is I'm going to take my Wild Wheat Stampin' Right marker. I'm going to pull the cap off the brush end, and I'm just going to flick it like this to get some dots of color. And you probably can't see it in the camera yet, but I'll show you. See? Isn't that pretty? It's just very subtle. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the second image, I guess I should show you the card, huh? This second image is also a two-step stamp. And there's the inside. I chose not to put a sentiment on this one. With the "You're in my thoughts," I could leave that open with whatever I wanted to put in, depending upon who I wanted to. It does remind me of an antique gold bath. So if we're going to do anything for antiquing, that would be the perfect color. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this right here. And then I'm going to stamp it again up towards the top. Okay. Get the flowers out. And this one goes this way. So we're going to match that bud to this leaf. I just kind of turn it on its side. When you get this stamp set, you'll see that you have an open stem for those leaves and for the buds. Okay. Almost missed. Sync that up. And then we'll get this one. I want to make sure got everything all lined up. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that pretty? Even with such a dark color. All right. So now we're going to glue this to a layer of Pebbled Path. And then we'll add that to our card front. I do need to assemble that. Set that over there. That's the inside layer. Envelope. Okay, so this is Pool Party, and I embossed my 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Pool Party with that embossing folder. It gives you a better look at it. We'll just layer that to the card. Ooh, we're getting really close to the end here. We might make it through. And we'll gotta add some of that twine in the Pebbled Path. And I want to make sure I leave a piece long enough to be able to tie a small bow. You can see how this curls. So I'm just going to wrap it around twice. There we go. And I want to make sure my bow is all the way to the left so that I have room for my sentiment label, which that label is from the Something Fancy dies. Okay, now I'll add him to the front like this. And I'm going to put him all the way to the left like this. Okay. Now we'll stamp our label, and I put "You're in my thoughts." Where is that one? Here it is. I thought this made a really good card for either a sympathy card or a thinking of you. I thought it was very calming. And see, that sentiment fits really well on that label. Okay, got a pile of stamps up there on my stamp and scrub. Okay, so I am just going to keep all of my dimensionals kind of over to the left, only because this is going to hang off the layers, and I don't want it to be wobbly. Okay, just like so. Okay, let's shorten up this bow a little bit. There we go. And we'll add some more of those Pebbled Path dots. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I really like Pebbled Path. That kind of matches my fingernail polish from last week, Kathy. Okay, so there's the front. Let's trim his legs a little bit. Okay. All right, so for the inside, I'm just going to stamp this flower again. And then it's these. And it's going to go just like, where am I? There we go. Close enough. Okay, we'll add him to the inside. Look at that, we finished. I thought sure we were going to run out of adhesive. Maybe I need to go buy a lotto ticket. Okay, so for the envelope flap, I'm just going to stamp that hello there. There we go. Isn't that a pretty font? I really like that. And with the Pebbled Path, that's a good sentiment stamp. All right. We got through 3 cards, including watercoloring. It goes there. Let's clean this mess up. And we didn't make a huge mess. I am in shock. Maybe I need to go buy a lotto ticket, right? Okay, let's clean this up so you can see all 3 cards. Move this out of the way. And then this goes with, oh, that's from my Casing Tuesday. All right. Here's card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. Isn't that a pretty class? I love it. So, all right. Yay, we did it. I am so proud of myself. Oh, it's the little things in life. Okay, it's going to take me a few minutes to finish up the blog post and get all my links in there. But you'll be able to go to this. This is my website. And then in today's blog post, I'll have all the information with this host code for anyone to place an order and get this class for free. I thank you for stopping by and spending time with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a good week. And don't forget to come back on Thursday to see my scrapbook layout. It's really pretty. It's using the layer that has the calypso coral flowers in it. So, all right, take care and have a great rest of your week. Bye.